Unit 5, Ratios and Percents, Lesson 8, Percent of a Number. Our lesson objective is to use percents to find part of a whole. You may use your smart device to scan here to watch the virtual NERV video for help. There are two ways to find the percent of a number. One, you can use a proportion. You can take your value, unknown, over your given number and put your percent over 100. So for example, if I have 40% of 52, okay, this is my given number, so I put x over 52 equals 40 out of 100, and I can use proportion, cross multiplication, 52 times 40 divided by 100 to find out what our value is. Or you can use multiplication. Change the percent to a decimal and multiply your number. So 40% of 52, we would change it to 0.40 times 52, which gives us 20.8, 28 tenths, which is the same up here. Now, I prefer, when I'm finding percent of a number, to use multiplication. To me, that's a little bit less work, and it still gives us the same value. So that's what we're going to practice here today. We're going to change those percents to a decimal and multiply by our given number. So here on 1 through 6, we're asked to find the percent of each value. So we are going to practice finding that percent by changing it to a decimal. So if I have 45% as a decimal, that's 0.45. We're going to take that times 60. And when we do our multiplication, we get a total of 27. So our answer is 27. Erase that there. Here we have 60% of 160. 60% is 0.60. We're going to take that times. I'm going to use the brackets this time, or parentheses, excuse me, times 160. So we're going to take 60 as a decimal times 160. And that gives us a total of 96. So 60% of 160 is 96. We have 90% of 80. Change that percent to a decimal. So 90% is 0.90 times 80. So we're going to take 90% as a decimal and multiply 80 by it. And we get a total of 72. So 90% of 80 is 72. This is finding percent of a number. Now, if you wanted to do it proportionally, again, you can take your value that you know, put x over it, equal that to your percent over 100, cross multiply, so we'd have 60 times 45 divided by 100. You can put all of that in your calculator, and that gives us a total of 27. So whether we do it through multiplication, this is by multiplication, or as a proportion, abbreviate that, we should still come out the same value. I want you to pause the video, take a couple minutes, and convert number 4 through 6, those percents, and find the percents of those values.